Hey everyone, this is Miko from the Permit Empire. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this video. And those of you who catch it on the replay, I want to thank you for tuning into this video. I want to thank you for your time. I understand again how important everyone's time is. And I appreciate that you're giving me just a minute of your time because I won't be here long on this live video. But I wanted to talk about something that I do. I kind of, in consultations, in conversations, those kind of things, I get into certain topics. And one thing that a lot of people want to know is about the service or how they package the service to someone or how they discuss what it is that they do to someone, especially someone who might not know of what permit running is as a service, or someone that might need the service and they're asking like, what does your service entail? What are you bringing to the table? What am I paying you for the most part, right? So I wanted to do this video because I wanted to talk about that just a little bit today. And of course, I titled this video Additional Value Equals Additional Pay, because yes, people are paying for what they perceive as the value that they're getting. It's easy to kind of just drop prices. Hey, this is the price. This is what it is you're paying for. And the person may just not feel like it's valuable enough. They may not understand what it is that you're bringing to them, how you're really helping them, how you're really being of service to them. So definitely we should be getting to a point where we're able to kind of discuss a little bit more or show like the packaging of what it is that we're providing in with the services that we're giving. And that way it makes it a little bit easier for us to ask for the certain amount of pay that we're looking to get. It's easy, of course, to say little small rates, but I usually advise people not to say those rates that I hear a lot. I hear people talk about $75 for permit runs and those type of things, and I usually discourage from being so low. And also, I also discourage from giving discount for multiple permits or for doing one set rate per day. Some people are considering doing, okay, contractors giving me 3 permits. I'll just do in one day. They're giving me 3 permits in one day. Maybe they all need to go to the same place. I'll just give them one set rate of, $200 for everything since I'm going. And I usually discourage against that because you will run yourself out of business that way. So I discourage against that. Hey, Sabrina, so glad you dropped in. Good to see you. So yes, I usually discourage against that. But with that being said, I usually say, hey, per permit, you charge your rate. So they give you 3 permits to go to one building department. You still are charging for those 3 separate permits, separate rates, and not necessarily in a discounted manner. Now, with that being said, a lot of times a contractor or a potential client may want to know from you, what is it that I'm getting with the service that you're offering? What is it that you're bringing to the table? Like I said, they want to know what they're paying for. And of course, I'm telling you, don't discount your rates. Charge full price. Charge, this is what you charge. This is what they need to pay you. So for the most part, don't just come in with the idea of only, hey, I am doing permit running. And I say that because it's the perceived value. If the client only thinks, okay, you're just going to run this to the building department for me, they may consider that they can do it themselves. Now, a lot of them will say, go ahead and do it. But even with that, you want to let them know, hey, I'm willing to follow up on this project or on this permit until it's finished, until it's completed. I'm willing to follow up with the building department to check the status. Now, mind you, checking the status of a permit in a lot of cases is an online process. You're literally taking the permit number and going onto that building department's website. They usually have some type of online portal or some type of link to check the status of the permit. You're literally just inputting that number and checking the status of the permit. And then you let the contractor know, text message or an email, they're fine. Just as long as they have some kind of update, they'll be fine with it. But generally speaking, you're not taking a whole lot of your time to check the status of a permit. However, when you present your package that way, when you present your services in a manner to let them know, hey, not only am I doing this, I'm helping you with this. I'm making sure that we're in touch with what's going on with the process. And that works out really well for potential clients. That's something that will get their attention. I literally was just talking to a gentleman yesterday. He has a roofing company, and he's saying, he already knew. He contacted me, so he already knew that I am running permits. He already understands that. And of course, we're talking about his area, like what he does, all of that good stuff, because I have my little list of questions that I have to ask you up front as well. So I'm asking all my questions. And So then he asked me, well, because I gave him my rate. He's like, okay, so with that, are you also going to, like check on the permit? And I'm like, absolutely. No. I check the status of the permits and I give you updates as that status changes, because we need to know when this permit is going to be approved. And that's how I'll know to pick this permit up for you. Now, here's the other thing with that. Even with you finding out when this permit is set to be approved, you're getting your remaining balance, the balance that the contractor or your client owes you. You're getting that amount of money once you can present them with the approved permit package. So it's in your best interest as well to track the status of that permit. But from the client standpoint, they feel as though, hey, that's added value. That's added value. So I'm paying for this. Yes, I'm paying for a permit runner service, but I am also getting this benefit here of they're on top of it. I don't have to look and see what's going on. I don't have to call and see what's going on. They're tracking the status. And if you give them an update even once a week, because for the most part, a permit's going to take somewhere around 2 weeks to process, depending on the scope of work or depending on what they were contracted to do in this project. It may take just a couple of weeks. In some occasions, it may take days. In some occasions, it may take a little bit longer. If it's a very large project, it's going to take a little bit longer. If it's a really small, something simple, maybe they're installing a door, it may take a few days to have that permit processed and approved. But the fact that they know that they have someone working on their behalf, making sure that someone's keeping a track of that, someone is paying attention to that, and it's one less thing for them to have to do because of that. That's just another added value on top of what, hey, they were already probably going to get you to run their permits anyway, but now they feel, okay, it's not just that. This is not just, hey, I'm doing this one thing, I'm in, I'm out, and I'm gone. It's like, no, I have somebody on my team. And in a lot of cases, that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to give them that feeling of, hey, we're in it together, we're teammates in this. And that definitely comforts in a lot of occasions where I'm asking for a certain amount of money. They understand, okay, this is what I'm paying for. I'm paying for this service, but I'm paying for it even more than just permit running service. I have someone who is now going to be basically a part of my team, someone who has almost my best interest in mind. That's how you will relay the fact that you're doing additional services. Even in some cases, just the fact that you are also a notary, that can also just be such a value added to the list of services that you're providing, that you're at least letting the contractor know you're providing, just to let them know, hey, I'm a notary. In a lot of occasions, contractors need notaries. Not permit manage project management companies, they need notaries. In a lot of cases, I've been to even property managers and they need a notary. I've gone there to notarize documents for property management companies. And that's even from being a part of a certain project that was going on that had something to do with the permit. But just to have that added value as a part of my team, like with that instance where I had to go just recently, I went out to a property management company because my client, they have a deal going, they have a project going. The contractor's doing some work on one of the properties that the property management company owns. And they were like, okay, well, we got to get these documents signed. We got to get these documents notarized. And the contractor went, hey, he put me right on the email. He tagged me right into the email, CC'd me on and go, hey, this is my permit runner and she can meet with you. So work something out with her because she can meet with you and notarize those documents and get everything notarized. So even that, they see that I am a part of their team. And that is another way for me to also make additional income, because that value, it may seem like nothing to you. Like I know a lot of people, and not I know personally a lot of people who even have a notary stamp and they just completely don't use it. It's just because it was something to do. But even letting people know that, hey, I have a notary stamp, I can notarize documents, that added value, that's important to someone else. Even if it might not seem like a whole lot to you, guess what? Someone else, a potential client, really needs that. They can't notarize their own documents. So it's always so super beneficial to have someone in your circle that can even handle those things. Hey, Ava, how you doing? So good to see you in here. But yes, it's just valuable. It's benefits to have just that, like that notary stamp, just to have that, just to know that they have someone in their circle. So it's more like building a team. You're benefiting from this as well, just as they're benefiting from this. So the fact that you're bringing so much value to the table, listen, it works out for you. It's in your best interest as well, because now you can go in and confidently ask for what it is that you want to be paid for. You can go in confidently knowing, hey, I bring this to the table. I bring this to the team. Not even to the table. I bring this to the team. I bring this to the team. I am on top of even the permit status. And like I said, it can be as simple as you plugging the number in right to the online portal, or plugging that permit number in right onto the website, and it'll bring up the permit status for you. It'll bring it right up. You can copy and paste and send it right over to the client. It may not take a whole lot of your time. And you can check the status of a permit 24 hours a day, as long as that building department's online 24 hours a day, right? Well, Ava, I'm glad, Ava. Yes, thank you. And thank you just for being in here too. So I appreciate it. But yes, so definitely we want to come here and just say, hey, it's not just as simple as, oh, I'm running a permit, because that is when I see a lot of times people will say, well, I'll do for the second permit, I'll charge $25 extra for the second permit. No, 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 no. You're providing so much value, and you should be compensated as such. And I always talk about that, being compensated fairly, being compensated fairly. I'm not saying, hey, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to make $1 million off this one client because I want to. That'd be great. I mean, I would love to, but there's got to be some give and take. It's got to be fair. But also, with that being said, you don't want to go into a situation where I'm only charging, because I don't even see the value. I don't even see the value in my service. What's permit running? What is this? I don't see the value. So I'm just going to charge $50 just so I can get the client and I can make a little $50, when you could have made 4 times that much. You could have made 5 times that much. And you could have actually been establishing yourself and establishing your business with that income. So you definitely want to consider, what is it additional that I'm bringing to the team? Don't even look at it just the table. What is it additional I am bringing to this team? Hey, Shanta, so good to see you in here. But yes, so definitely, like I said, what am I bringing to the team? This is a team effort. We have to see it that way. It's a team effort. And generally speaking, I'm always saying you get your 50% up front, right? Once they give you the permit information, you get your 50%. But I don't want you to just get your 50% and now I don't ever talk to the client again. Nothing. No, let them know, hey, we're part of a team. We're a part of a team. This is a team effort to get this permit approved, right? So with that, there's so much value added. And especially it's like such a labor shortage right now, right? Everyone's looking for someone to help. And in a lot of cases, some of the positions that contractors have, they can't fill it. People don't necessarily want to work in the contractor's office. And a lot of contractors do not have an office. I've said this before. A lot of contractors are actually working from their truck, or working from the job site, or working from their home. They don't actually have a location set up. So they may not even be in a situation where they can bring a staff person on. And that's where you fit into the team very, very well. That's where you bring value to the team very, very well. And that's how you can go and ask for the amount of money that you deserve, and know that you deserve that amount of money. You deserve that, and you deserve more, of course, but you know that you don't have to lowball your services. You don't have to come out there and ask for, next to nothing, and do work for free. It will cause resentment, and it'll cause you to resent your own business if you do things like that. It'll make you give up. And that's not what we're in this for. We are in this to make money in our business. We're in it for sustainability. We didn't just get up and start this because. No, you start in business because you want to be in business. You want to make some money. You want to get some financial freedom. And the way to do that is to actually bring more value to your clients, or to your potential clients. Bring more value, because then you can ask for more in return. Okay. So I just wanted to drop that in here today. Wanted to come on in here and just let you know, add that extra value, but also see yourself as valuable. See your services as valuable. See your business as valuable. And then when you're confident in that as well, and you're talking to a potential client, you can speak from that place. And you can definitely ask what it is that you're worth, or your value. You can ask what it is. And of course, this is something permit running, because I talk mostly about permit running, but permit running business, hey, it's all about the same thing. You're going into a situation, you want to add value, because that way you can now, hey, this is what I need to be paid for this service. This is what I need to be paid for this service. And you'll see, even with that added value, you'll see you get one client, that client will refer you to someone else. And that's how that goes. But first of all, like I said, you have to see the services you bring to the team as valuable, not as just minimum wage. No, what you're bringing to the team is value. And that's why you can ask for more. That's why you can, right? Ava, so Ava's asking, so you're saying get your permit pay and then charge your mobile notary fees too? Sounds good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely. That's a service that you're providing. That's a service you're providing. And here in Florida, I'm not sure where you're from, Ava, but here in Florida, we can charge an additional $10 for notary service, right? Why not get it? If you're providing a service on top of permit running, why not get that? If I'm going to, and especially here's the thing, I'm going to meet with a client. I'm going to meet with the client. If I'm going to meet with the client's client, the property management company, right? Or exactly, the property management company, I'm going to meet with them, then I need to charge for that. And I can still charge my $10 because that's the rate in Florida. Ava, you're in Texas. Yes, Ava. Whatever your minimum, whatever your permit or your notary fee is in Texas, charge that in addition to the service. Charge it in addition to the service, especially if you're going somewhere to meet with someone to have something notarized. If that's what you're doing, you have to go meet with someone to have something notarized. Now, mind you, when I went to the property management company, he told me, please leave your card because we always need the service. They always need general notary work. They always need someone who can do that because they don't necessarily have someone in the office at this current time to do that. I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. I'll travel back to your office and you have other documents that need to be notarized. Sounds like another client to me. So absolutely make sure that you are being compensated. Make sure that you're being compensated fairly. But also, with that being said, let people know, hey, I'm bringing this kind of value to the table. Also, in a lot of cases, sometimes I have certain clients that I'll help them out with their inspections. Now, I don't go onto the job sites like to do the inspections. What happens is the fact that they finish the project and they want the inspector to come out and do and come out and check out the work that they've done. And sometimes they'll need someone to call in the inspection. Now, for me, in a lot of cases, because remember, permits are online for the most part. Most of them are online. They just are. I went to one of the building departments that I always go to that's actually still allowing people to come in. They got their sign up. We're going online too. But most of them are online. So guess what? When you're calling in the inspection, a lot of times it's not even a phone call anymore. It's literally you going online, hitting a button, picking a date, and hitting enter. And then they will email you to say, hey, it's confirmed. So even with that, bringing that value, I let them know, hey, and when I do that, when I take on a client and let them know, hey, I will call for that inspection for you, I charge automatically, I'm charging more. That client's automatically getting charged more for that service because guess what? I'm bringing extra value by even doing that. That is something that they did not have to do. All they said, they sent me a text, hey, I need this inspection. I finished this project. We just finished it. We're closing it up. Can you schedule the inspection? I go right online, enter in that permit number, and hit that date. This is the date you like? Okay, let me hit that date. There's more value to that. And guess what? Like I said, I am charging that kind of client automatically more. I'm automatically charging them more. Might not have taken a whole lot of my time to do it, but again, it is something that I'm bringing to the table, whereas I'm taking something off of their plate. And now I'm handling that for them. And that is value. Okay. So again, I'm not going to keep you too long, but I wanted to drop in here. Hey, let's provide that value for our clients because in turn, we get paid for it, right? We're getting paid for that. We reap from that. Absolutely. I absolutely believe in reaping and sowing and reaping. So what you put out there, hey, I'm offering all of these services. This is additional value. Like I said, even if it doesn't seem like a whole lot to you, I'm putting these services out here because it's taking a headache off someone else. I am providing value, and therefore, when I ask for what it is that I need to make this happen, I should have no problem getting it. Okay? So, thank you all so much for tuning in. For those of you who catch it on the replay, thank you so much as well for your time. I really, really do appreciate it. And if you have any questions, you have any comments, please leave them in the chat. I will try to get back to each and every one of you who leaves a comment. And I look forward to chit-chatting with you later.